So this is a tricky topic, but I wanted to jump on to this topic in the channel. I thought it would be nice to share some of my thoughts and my advice on this topic. Not everybody's going to support you when you start your creative career, and a lot of times it feels as if it's somebody not believing in you in the beginning. I was lucky enough to have a family that supported me from the beginning when I wanted to jump into this photography career, even though 12 years ago the industry was very different from now. And there wasn't, like, social media wasn't as powerful and prevalent as it is now. Now people understand that, business owners understand social media, so they understand that you need photography and filmmaking to market your business. Whereas when I was starting out, it was really about print media, billboard, and many people weren't in contact with photography besides the photographer walking in the streets capturing images, or when you're having a wedding or an event and then you have photographers coming in. And the technology had also has changed drastically since then. So I wanted to jump on here and talk about it, give my advice on how you can take on this new journey, and how you can handle feeling as if your family might not support you, friends might not support you in this career path. First things first. So the first advice I would share with you is to keep your dream a secret. Like, if this is something that you're passionate about and you want to work on, and you're fearful about your family or your friends not supporting it, don't share it with them in the beginning, because in the beginning it's still very sensitive to you. It's something that you care about deeply and you're not sure about, and you want to try it a few times and build a momentum, build a community around it before you share it with people close to you that may affect your judgment of you choosing to go into this path. Okay, so initially keep the secret about this dream that you want to do as a career to yourself. I would advise you to build as much as you can. So an example for me, did I built my business for 2 years while I was doing my degree in business computing, even though, like, I had a really huge itch for me to change my degree. I decided I'll just finish my degree in business computing, and while I was doing it, work on my photography career. So I, started working on that. I started doing a lot of photography. I was inspired by people who were shooting, like Emily Soto at that time, and I started recording myself and showing kind of the behind the scenes to build my audience, and for my clients to see what I was doing. So I really worked on that for 2 years before I actually told my parents that this is the career that I wanted to take. So I told them when I was finishing my degree. So it's I think when you want to tell some people to support you, it is great. It's also great to have like, you've already shown like effort in that career. So having like a lot of projects that you've done makes it easier for people to accept that, okay, so this is actually something that you want to do, rather than you haven't done anything and then you go to your family and then ask them, can you support me by buying a camera or things like that. So I would advise you to also work on that dream by yourself. Figure out how to get yourself your first camera. Do work on the side that will give you some savings to get your first camera, or go ask another photographer to assist and learn from them. So do all those things before asking for support, because then it will give you kind of like your first steps into that career, and give you a vote of confidence for yourself, so that when you go ask people to support you and you share it with your friends, then you've already done a lot, and it's not a fragile moment as it would be in the beginning when you're not really even certain about taking this career path. The third advice, because I've mentioned two there, is you might need to do something that you don't like to get something that you love. So maybe you're doing a degree, your family wants you to do a degree that you're not really passionate about. Do it. But in the meantime, find time and do what you love to do as well in the weekend. So instead of maybe going out, or instead of hanging out with friends, maybe find that community who's doing the same thing that you're interested in doing, and go out there and then shoot. go ask a wedding photographer to assist them in their wedding photography, maybe carry their bags, help them change their lenses. Do everything that you can to try to get as close as possible to your dream career while you're doing something maybe that your family wants you to do. So I've seen people who have gone into the traditional business field or traditional lawyer field, doctor field, and now as they've established themselves in those fields and they have money so that they can actually support their own dreams. So now they invest in a camera, and in the weekend or when they go on family vacation, they pursue their passion, because not necessarily your passion is going to be what is going to be earning your money. But in the beginning, all of us kind of have this dream that it should be. I'm understanding more and more that as much as I love photography and I love shooting, I necessarily don't enjoy it as a business. I might enjoy it more as something for myself rather than going to shoot for clients. And this is me doing it for 12 years. So I've already done many client projects. I've done a lot of my own personal projects, and I'm starting to understand myself more and more. So it might change. The dream now might look different after some time. So you might, do what you need to do now so that you can get something that you love later on. Think of it as a marathon rather than the race, like you need to do it now. And I understand social media can sometimes make you feel that way, but put it aside and really, focus on what you would love to create for your life. And my screens just went off. The fourth idea is that you need to understand that a lot of times when family is mentioning things about the career path and they're not really excited about it, it's more of a reflection on their care for you. Like they want the very best for you, and they feel as if like this path is not necessarily going to create a sustainable life that's going to support you, your family, and them in the future. So a lot of times you find that the negativity or the lack of support is because they are worried about you and they care about you and they want the very best for you, and they just haven't seen a successful photographer. All right. So initially, when we started like Bongo Flavor here in Tanzania, parents just thought like Bongo Flavor were, artists who are just on drugs and they don't really care about, their career. But now where you have like many artists like Diamond and, many different artists who have been able to be successful, you find that parents are more willing to support a child's musical career because they have something to compare to of a life somebody could have. And because they see that these people can have a successful life, then you find that parents don't mind supporting a child's musical career. And I can assure you that there is stability in being a creative, a filmmaker, photographer in this moment in time. This is the perfect time to get into this career. Maybe we don't talk much about the financial side of it. I will try to share that on this channel so that if you are struggling, you can, with your family, you can share the following video with them so that they can actually understand that you are able to take care of yourself and your family with this business. So it's generally a reflection of their care for you, and a lot of times it comes off negative. Just if you have that in mind, you can handle those scenarios better. So another tip would be that you have to be insane. So if you are going to go in this and you don't care about your family support and you're going to go for it, you really have to be insane. You have to believe in yourself like crazy, because there are going to be more days whereby it feels like shit than there were if you did the traditional path. A lot of times the traditional path, you have examples of people doing it, many examples. Whereas when I was starting photography, nobody in my family was a photographer. Nobody around me that I knew was a photographer. So it was very difficult because I didn't have a blueprint of how to go about it. All the creators that I was looking at were from the States, from Europe. I didn't see anybody on YouTube who was an African in Africa sharing, African content and sharing their journey. This is what I'm trying to do with this channel. So it was very difficult for me in the beginning, and I really just had to be insane. And even though I had like some crazy tough days where I felt like, man, why the hell am I doing this? I had just had to push forward and continue with it. So you really have to be insane, because a lot of times when you do pursue what is your dream, a lot of times the people around you haven't done it before, and it's going to be harder. So the belief that you have for that dream has to be 100 times more than the average standard dream that somebody might have with a lot of examples in their community. Okay, so you got to be insane. The final one is that you just have to be patient. When I started out 12 years ago, I didn't think like my career was going to be going the way it did. I had some many ups, I had some many downs. I had some moments whereby I was very depressed. I had moments whereby I hated photography. I didn't even want to do it. So there's many moments that you might not be aware of when you're starting into this journey. You might feel like it's just going to be great once you do what you love, but it's a fulfilling journey. It also towards a career that you believe is meant for you. So rather than not doing it and maybe regretting, it's better off to give it a shot. Be patient with yourself, be patient with your emotional roller coasters, and just take it one day at a time. And if you need to talk to somebody, find other people in your community who are doing the same thing and have those dialogues. I've done that a lot, and I found that it has really helped me in those days whereby it feels like, what is the point of all of this? So this is today's video. I hope it helped. If you are in this journey as a creator and you're struggling with getting support from your friends and family. All right, thank you for tuning in. As always, take care, and I'll catch you guys on another video. I hope this one was helpful. Comment down below your thoughts. Peace out.